How you doing, everybody? It's your boy BrogiNaric, and welcome to the Snyder Cutdown. Oh yeah, baby!
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm here with my boy Crispy Man. Crispy Man, say hello to the people.
Hello.
Yes, we are here talking about Zack Snyder's DCU films. We already did Man of Steel. And this one's going to be a doozy. We are going to be talking about his magnum opus. Well, no, I guess the next one's the magnum opus. His follow-up to Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Now, we're not going to review the theatrical cut because we can all agree that is just dog shit.
Right.
We're going to be talking about the Ultimate Edition. And now, this is a big deal for me because I have not seen this movie in 4 years since I saw it in theaters. We both saw it together in theaters.
Right.
Very emotional night. Very emotional night in the theater when we saw that.
Very emotional in the theater, and then for about 2.5, 3 hours afterwards, talking about the movie.
Just shitting on this movie. And now, that's the thing, because I've heard people say that the Ultimate Cut is the far superior version of this film, and it makes it way better. Now, is that the case? Nah, I would say nah. After watching it, no, it's not.
No.
It's not.
Maybe it's better.
It's better, yes.
But it's not good.
It has a few positives, and I do mean few. Out of this 3-hour movie, there's a few positives with this, and we'll get into that. But let's talk about some of the build-up to the BVS movie in general. So, Man of Steel came out, and it had mixed feelings. But it did well, and people till this day in 2021 want a sequel to Man of Steel.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers was like, let's give you Batman v Superman. And initially, I was not excited because of the title. It was like, wait, Batman v Superman, why are they fighting? Like, this is the first time we're going to have Superman and Batman in live action on the big screen. Why are they fighting each other? But I get it's a sexy title to get people involved, but it's like, they're a team. Why are they fighting each other? What?
Yeah, superheroes fighting is Marvel's thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's comics thing in general, but
yeah.
The hype, let's talk about it. The hype for this movie was insane. Do you remember the insane hype for this film?
I do remember the insane hype. I remember from the second they announced it to the second they released the first teaser image of Batman.
Yeah, the black and white one?
The black and white one right in front of that Batmobile. I remember every single day for 2.5 years checking online for more news about this.
Rumors. That's crazy rumors. Kevin Smith wouldn't
shut the fuck up about this movie.
Oh, no,
about everything he knew about this movie.
That's true, yeah.
Come to find out, he knew nothing and he was lying the whole time.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like there was more hype for this movie than Infinity War. I'm not gonna say Endgame, but definitely Infinity War. I feel like the hype for BVS was higher than Infinity War to a degree. Like comparative.
Probably because it was literally the first time ever in live action that these two characters were going to be on screen. And come to find out, a couple months later, when they announced Wonder Woman was also going to be in the movie, then we found out, hey, all three of these characters are going to be on screen at the exact same time for the first time ever.
Bro, the amount
that's a lot for one movie.
Yeah, and the amount of outrage when they cast Gal Gadot.
And Ben Affleck.
We'll get into that. So
we'll get into it, but
it was a lot.
The outrage, just in general, from castings in this movie. Jesse Eisenberg, just everyone who was cast in this film, besides Cavill, of course. And even then, he did his fair share of controversy when he got cast the first time.
Yeah.
There were plenty of people who were not happy with that, but because
they didn't know who he was.
Exactly. So returning actor receives the least amount of criticism, I suppose, but this movie was ripe with criticism.
Fucking Momoa when he was announced as Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like, whoo, man. Okay, so
and Ezra Miller.
I didn't know who he was, and
I knew of him. Like,
Yeah.
I'd seen Perks of Being a Wallflower,
Yeah,
but like that's the only thing I'd ever seen with him, and I was like,
yeah, I was like, well, hopefully he's gonna be blonde. Oh no, it's not.
No.
If we've already stated off the bat, we do not like this movie.
Right.
There are a lot of people who do. God bless you. This is not to completely shit on those people. I'm just saying I have issues with this film, and I will go in excruciating detail why I do not like these. I'm getting it out of my system. I've been hanging 4 years of just hating on this movie. I'm getting it all out of my system right the fuck now. All right.
Right. I mean, more power to whoever likes this movie. But I want to come out swinging by saying, I get the themes of the movie. The movie's not smarter than me. It's just poorly written.
Yes, that's
like,
that is my biggest problem.
It's not an issue of like, oh, you're not smart enough to get it. No, I get it. It's just not that complex.
Thank you. That is my biggest
issue. Complex
issue.
As it says it is.
This is my biggest issue with this movie. The director, everyone tries to say that this movie is so much smarter than it actually is, and it's like it's not.
I mean, remember what I said last week?
What did you say? I forgot.
So Snyder films make you feel smarter than you actually are.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Damn. Yeah, you got the bomb on that one.
They're fake deep.
This movie is the definition of fake deep. Like people want to shit on Nolan with Tenet and Interstellar. No, this is the definition of some fake deep shit right here for real.
Yeah.
God damn. All right, so let's get into it. So the film opens with a young Bruce Wayne at his parents' funeral, and we flash back to Thomas and Martha Wayne, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohan, leaving the Monarch Theater and getting robbed for the 12,000th time. The 12,000th time. This is only the 12,000th. We see it more after this film, but this is the 12,000th time we've seen it.
You see it again in, 6 years?
Yep.
6 years? I was thinking Joker.
Joker 2, yeah.
Have a cap off the movie for Joker.
Yeah.
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Joker.
Yeah. That actually did like that scene for some reason. Anyway.
It's fine if it's, if the story leads up to it, I guess it works.
Yeah,
but we don't need to see it again. Now, granted, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne. Yeah, and Laura Cohen.
Yeah. Especially if he could have popped up in the Flashpoint movie. Ooh, that would have been good.
Yeah, we're not getting that.
We're not getting that. But anyway. And of course, we get the famous moment where Thomas Wayne attempts to fight Joe Chill to prove that he ain't no bitch. Which I established as a theme in Snyder's films. And
ain't no bitches.
Yeah, but it don't end well for him either. He gets shot. Somehow Martha. Now this thing. It still pisses me off. This was the moment when I knew this movie was gonna suck. Martha's pearls somehow gets caught around Joe Kill's gun. Like it's caught on the hammer of the gun. Her necklace was long enough to hook onto the back of his gun. So then Joe Kill shoots Martha in the fucking face.
And I was like, he essentially hooks it and then shoots her in the face.
Well, she comes at him, it flips over the gun, and then it slashes back. Yeah, I know, it's still dumb, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to be fair.
It's an interesting visual.
It's a
I gave that. Yeah, I mean, I gave all the credit to Snyder or whoever his DP is when it comes to setting those things up. It looks pretty. It looks great.
Now, we get to this moment, which I remember in the theater, you got really mad. This is when you got really mad.
Yeah.
I remember this. Bruce falls.
Is like 4 minutes into the
movie.
movie.
4 minutes into the movie. We're already pissed. And once again, we are big DC fans. I know there are big DC fans who can ride with this. I can't. I'm sorry. And I get it. It's an Elseworld story. It's a shitty Elseworld story. But anyway.
Right.
This, for some reason, pissed you off. Bruce is running from the funeral, and he falls into a bat cave and gets engulfed by a big swarm of bats and starts to float. Explain your reasons for hating this.
All right, so again, he's running through the woods, and of course, underneath Wayne Manor, which I guess in every version of the story, they're buried on their own property instead of in a graveyard.
Well, they're rich.
Sure, but so there's a mine shaft, there's a giant cave, there's a bat cave, whatever you want, it's always there. Mm-hmm. He's running, falls through this mine shaft entrance, which is for some reason, just a 30-foot drop. He lands. He's fine.
Yes.
He gets up, and there's bats, and they start freaking out from the noise, and they start swirling around him. He's freaking out, but then, Batman or whatever. It's that moment where he realizes
he gets over his fear as a child. Yes.
Yes, he gets over his childhood
granted,
fear.
This is a dream, but yeah, continue.
Sure, but up to this point,
we don't know.
They didn't say we don't know it's a dream. So he starts fucking floating, and my brain, I was like, God fucking damn it! They rewrote it, so he's a goddamn Kryptonian.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I was like, dude.
So he could fight Superman. I was like, they would do some dumb shit like that.
And I was like, dude, calm down. It's just a dream.
No, I will not calm down.
I was like, yo, calm down. It's just a dream. It's
like,
not
no,
good.
I stood up, and 40 other people in the theater stood up with me, and we said, no! This cannot stand. This will not happen.
I think a number of them probably did that in their heads, but anyway.
Yeah. I got of course, unnecessarily angry.
Yeah.
But again, that's because my brain jumped to that conclusion of like, of course they're gonna do some dumb shit to justify him being able to fight Superman.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought that was funny. So we go to another flashback. We go back to Man of Steel, and Bruce Wayne arrives to Metropolis and sees the city's destruction from firsthand. Now, I do like this action from a different perspective.
Yeah.
We see, Superman. We see the shot of Superman crashing Zod's ship into the city, and Bruce is, and Bruce is, moving through the city trying to call his people at the job, and like the dumbass,
Jack.
The dumbass employee dies for being a dumbass. He evacuates everyone else from the building, but he stays.
Well, Captain goes down with the ship.
Oh, okay.
He ain't no bitch.
He ain't no bitch either. I guess. Well, that's true. You know what? He's right. He's
probably a dad. He's probably a dad. He ain't no bitch.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. God damn. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that for as much as 4 minutes into the movie, and I recall being very angry. When that scene happened, from beginning of that scene to end of that scene, I was very happy.
Yeah, it was a good scene. It's really cool.
I was very happy.
It's a really cool scene.
Yeah, it's a great introduction to Affleck as Bruce Wayne, letting us see what he's capable of doing when he's having to hide being Batman. Granted, he's not really hiding it because there's chaos going around him, so he's not super worried about being caught.
He doesn't pull out like any gadgets or anything,
Right, well, he doesn't have any of his gadgets on him. He's driving around in a little Ford Focus.
Yeah.
Or not a Ford Focus, a Honda, whatever.
Some bullshit. Anyway.
Some product placement.
So yeah, Bruce gets back to the building. He saves this employee named Wally, who's played by Scoot McNairy, whose legs have been crushed, and he saves a little girl. And somehow Bruce sees Clark and Zod falling back to Earth. He's got telescopic vision. He zooms in.
Yeah, I was like,
he can clearly see it's Zod, Superman crashing down from the sky. He trains a lot. So So let's talk about it. Batfleck. He's an older Batman in this because of Dark Knight Returns. And I remember when he was announced a lot. Like you said, the internet went insane. And I think I was the one person who should have went insane who didn't, because I already didn't care about Man of Steel. So I was already like, fuck it. But I was surprised, because I was like, I thought he was done after Daredevil. Like, I could have swore he was like, okay, I did Daredevil. That was a fucking mess. I'm not getting involved in this shit ever again.
I was, I totally agree. I was pretty hyped for him just in general because, I have poor taste, and I liked the Daredevil movie when I was younger.
Oh, I did too. I did too. But it's like I thought he was done after this shit. But as we found out recently, he said he did it for his kids. He said he got to wear the suit at his son's birthday party, which was worth every moment of suffering on Justice League, which is that's like, wow, man.
Yeah.
But and I was also surprised he was going to get into this. Look, I didn't like Man of Steel at the time. I was like, this is a train wreck. Why would he get involved in this? Because his career, he was at a career resurgence at this point. Like, this was like peak Affleck. Like, he was directing.
He could do no wrong.
He could damn near could do no wrong. His first movie was Gone Baby Gone, but then he did The Town, which was awesome.
Argo.
He did Argo, which got him an Oscar, and he was in the movie Gone Girl, And he was kind of also in the beginning starting to work on his movie Live by Night, which at the time, a little bit after, didn't do well. And of course,
right, but that was his passion project. That,
right.
If we can skip ahead a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
During the marketing and the press tours for this film,
Mm-hmm.
he was getting progressively more and more angry that no one wanted to talk about his film that was
that.
coming out.
Yeah, he wanted to talk about Batman. And then, of course, he was also going through a divorce, gambling addiction, alcohol, dating random hoes. He was going through all of it. He was on top. He was on top, but then he was also at the bottom. Sad Affleck was a meme for a reason. That shit is hilarious. He was also, this whole thing was just waste potential with him because he's really good. A lot of people say he's the best live action Batman. I'm not gonna say he's not because there's a lot of waste potential with him. What we got, I don't love completely, but there are elements that I think in better hands would have been way better. Like if he would have able to do his own movie, which he couldn't crack the script as he put it.
Creative differences.
Yeah, creative differences. I love that. It's a damn shame, but yeah.
Right. But that said, I was excited to see Affleck in this film. And I think that's coming off the back of Ledger as Joker and the entire internet losing their shit over that. And then you see it comes out to be maybe the defining, portrayal of that character.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point.
Whether you like it or not, that is, for most people, the definition of the Joker, at least as of, the last 10 years before Joker came out.
Yeah.
Where,
you mean when Leto did it?
No.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't mean when Leto did it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Did Leto do Joker, or did he just do a white dude with green hair?
He said he's gonna be in the Snyder Cut, baby. Let's get it. Okay. All right.
Yeah. An Italian comic where apparently he's the one who gets the time travel shit for them.
I wish you hadn't told me that. Okay.
I told you that because Snyder wrote it. It's a Snyder written comic that the Joker helps them get all that shit together, apparently.
So this is when the movie starts to really go downhill for me.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. We're still probably 15 minutes into this movie. So
yeah.
We cut to Lois Lane, played by Amy Adams, who's somewhere in the desert, and she's on assignment. She meets this photographer named Jimmy Olsen. This is their first time meeting, and she's big. She told him. They're there to interview this African general warlord terrorist guy. So they brought in this secret, reporting mission or whatever. So they're there to do the interview, and this random guy, Russian guy, he's KGB's in the comics, but I'm just gonna call him. I'm gonna call him a guy for now.
Right.
A guy inspects Jimmy Olsen's camera and discovers that there's a tracker within his camera. And we discover that this guy is a CIA agent undercover. And Jimmy Olsen gets shot in the fucking head.
Right. Now, you could assume that his name isn't actually Jimmy Olsen as well. Meaning that this isn't even in universe actually Jimmy Olsen. You could assume that, but you could assume that it's just a cover name.
His name could have been a different name, but they chose Jimmy Olsen because it's Superman, and everyone knows Superman works with Lois Lane, and then, let's shoot him in the head.
Yeah, because Snyder hates goofy characters.
And this leads me to a thing. So why does Zack Snyder hate legacy comic book side characters? Why is that?
Shut up.
We had Emil Hamilton in Man of Steel, notable side character Superman. He gets killed. We have Mercy Graves, another notable side character for the Superman, works with Lex Luthor. She gets killed. We have Jenny Olsen.
Robin.
Well, hold on. I got a list. Hold on. We have Jenny Olsen. We don't know who the fuck she is. Maybe
she didn't die.
I know she didn't die, but she's here. She doesn't act like Jimmy Olsen, who I'm assuming she's supposed to be. And she's not broken up about her husband, her brother, or this random guy who's also named Olsen. I'm assuming they knew each other, but I guess they don't. Then we have the allusion to Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal, notable historical figure within the Superman franchise. He gets shot in the fucking head. And then we have Dick Grayson, Batman's sidekick Robin, everyone's favorite, Nightwing, he's fucking dead in this franchise as well. So, Zack Snyder claims to love Superman, but he kills most of his side characters. I don't get it.
Because he loves Superman.
Oh.
But he likes the guy who wears the spandex and is in the suit.
And
he doesn't like the...
But he doesn't care about everything else?
He doesn't care about the supporting cast because they're normal, everyday people who ground Superman. But he doesn't see Superman as a grounded character. He sees Superman as a messiah, a Jesus-like character.
In a grounded world, though.
In a grounded world, sure, but he kills off all the grounded characters or people who are supposed to ground him, other than his mom and
Lois.
And Lois. Those are the only two characters he keeps around.
That's
Harry, I guess.
Great creative decision on that point. Okay, so anyway, the military is going to send a drone strike because the CIA guy just got shot, and a guy, KG Beast, and his crew just starts killing all these Africans with their guns and torches the bodies. Remember that. They just shoot them and torch the bodies. Superman flies in and destroys the missile and the drone, and saves Lois from the general. Pushes the guy through the wall. Of course, killing him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like he definitely 100% killed that guy.
Now, this was a thing. This was not in the extended cut. I don't remember. Oh, it wasn't in the original.
Not in the original.
Yeah,
cut.
not in the original cut. I don't remember, but it did rub me the wrong way. It started to piss me off. There's this moment. It's this okay. I might get a little preachy here, but it's this moment where the soldiers are coming into the village and all the Africans are crying, and I don't like the white savior bullshit in this moment. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Where all the Africans are like, "Oh, thank God the military is here to save." I'm like, that shit didn't sit right with me. But we see Henry Cavill as Superman, and I will say, in this extended cut, he does get more screen time and he has a better performance. This version does give him more to do. He's still overshadowed by Batfleck. The stuff that he does, some of the stuff I don't love, but he does get a better performance in this. I hated him in the theatrical cut, but actually seeing this version, he does. I will give him props. This is one of the few things this movie does. It does give Cavill more screen time and a slightly better performance. I will say that.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. For sure, the theatrical cut almost feels 100% like a Batman movie where Superman is just an ancillary character who happens to be in the way of whatever Batman's goal is, which is killing Superman throughout the film.
We'll get to that.
We will.
Okay, so, and here goes the dumbest shit ever. Here we go. So, a random African lady tells the Senate that Superman fucked up her village. I don't think she was there. She wasn't shown beforehand, because this is media. This is a movie, visual media. If she would have been shown at the scene of the crime, this probably would have made more sense. And she wasn't shown beforehand. And then later on, we find out she lives in Gotham. Okay. Now, this makes no sense because the next scene after this, we see Lois arriving home from the incident in Africa. So how did this random African lady get to the Capitol so quick to tell the Senate that Superman killed her parents? And then also, when she's describing it, she's clearly not saying I was there. She's like, my parents died, my cousins was there. I'm just telling y'all Superman did this.
Yeah.
And it's like, were you there?
Like, no, I heard it from a friend of mine.
I heard it from a friend of mine who said Superman did some bad shit. And the senators is like, okay, we believe you, ma'am. Oh. That's not how that works.
No, not at all.
It's fucking dumb. And I got more for that, but we'll leave it at that. So, and then we're introduced to Senator Finch, played by Holly Hunter. I love Holly Hunter, but this ain't it. This role, this role is not good.
No.
She's a senator. She dislikes Superman. She doesn't quite hate Superman, but she dislikes him, and she makes these wishy-washy arguments on whether Superman is necessary. Yeah, she could have been a lot better, but no, this ain't it.
Not even a necessary character to the overall film, inevitably.
By the end, yeah, you would think she would be a bigger deal, but no.
No, she's certainly not.
No, she's not.
And we'll get to that.
Yeah, wasted screen time.
Yeah, really just to have a foil for Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
that isn't
That isn't Superman.
Yeah, if it isn't Superman, he has to have somebody that he's playing off of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
To preach his
insanity.
Yeah, because there's no other way to describe his thought process. And yeah, of course, he's written to be an insane character. Of course.
Why does Batman brand people so they can get murdered in prison in this film?
Well, it's implied. Well, actually, in the extended cut, I think it's as far as said that Luthor is paying people to kill people with the Batman brand.
Yes.
Make it look like Batman is purposely sending them to the death.
That's
but
a good
he continues to brand them because he knows it's happening. So
he's
still complicit in it.
That's what I was about to say. It's orchestrated by Lex. But that doesn't absolve Batman from not stopping once he noticed the pattern. He does not care.
Right. Well, that's a big issue with this film in general. Is that, and I'm not going to go into great detail because we'll get to it. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of things that he does in this film that I am generally okay with. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of those people who's like, Batman shouldn't kill.
I'm one of those people.
Batman kills all the goddamn time. Have you seen a Batman film? He kills in every single one of them.
Yes, he does. That's the problem.
Batman,
that is my problem.
That is the problem.
It is.
I don't mind it. Yeah. I don't mind it from a storytelling standpoint. If you were going to kill his character off.
Okay.
Because he goes on the deep end. It's like, and that's what I'm getting to. He goes off the deep end huge in this story. And then we're kind of just expected to be like, all right, well, now he's normal again. Forget all those murders.
Yeah, that's my...
Forget the hundreds of people he's killed. Now, granted, Superman...
Superman's no better. Yeah, exactly. Superman ain't no goddamn better. But yeah, you're right. It's a fucking shit show. But yeah.
Right.
And we'll get more into that. So, we get to see the Bat Loft, which I think is cool. Bat Loft is dope. It's better than the Bat Office from The Dark Knight. I'll say that much.
I was thinking Bat Office from Batman Forever when he just shoots down.
No. I mean in the Dark Knight, he's got the office.
You mean literally?
Yeah, his office, big ass cube that he was hiding out in the Dark Knight. Yeah,
gotcha.
The Bat Loft is better. And we're also introduced to Alfred Pennyworth, who's played by Jeremy Irons, who is amazing in this role.
Yes.
God damn, is he so good in this role as Alfred?
It's almost wasted casting.
It's wasted.
It is wasted casting because he's never coming back.
He's not coming back.
Never coming back.
He's wasted. J.K. Simmons is God, I wish Ben Affleck could have got his own Batman movie because the casting was so fucking good. Like the build-up was so good. Goddamn shame. So, and at this point, Batman is tracking down someone who's planning to bring in a dirty bomb into Gotham. So we think, and here we go. The movie continues to go off the motherfucking deep end. We cut to Senator Finch and another politician meeting with Lex Luthor, who is played by Jesse Eisenberg. And Lex is asking to be able to legally import the kryptonite rock so it can be weaponized.
Right.
And I just have to say, fuck this Lex Luthor.
Why is he legally trying to do it? Why is he asking for a permit to do it?
Because he wants to come off as a good guy.
Why is he asking them for the permit?
Because he thinks he's in the right. He's like, well, of course the government's going to be cool with this. But
why is he asking?
That's a good...
Given everything else he's done.
But they don't know that. He's still a good guy at this point. They don't know about this.
I know, but they wouldn't know if he imported it.
Look, sir, he is an upstanding American citizen. He is a concerned citizen, and he's trying to protect...
He loves product placement Jolly Ranchers.
Yes, he does. He is trying to...
Yeah. And basketball.
He is trying to convince the American government that Superman is a threat. So he's just going to go to them and be like, hey, I want to legally bring in this rock that we can use to kill a person.
This alien space rock that I want to use to kill this alien spaceman who destroyed an entire city, but since then has been doing nothing but good.
Allegedly.
We see it.
Relatively. Well, I got more for that.
We see him doing good.
Yeah. So, this is one of those castings. This is one. I like it. We'll get there. This is the casting choice that fucking broke me. Because if you remember, when we saw this in theaters, I got super pissed as soon as he popped up on screen.
Yeah.
I got really pissed. And it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years since I've seen this movie. Like a wave of rage just engulfs me when I see Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Because I don't hate Jesse Eisenberg. I like him. I love the Zombieland films. But him in this role is no. It's just no. So I was like, it's been 4 years. Maybe it's not going to get me. I'm watching this film. Soon as he starts talking on the screen, that same rage starts to rush over me. And I'm like, God damn it, this son of a bitch still gets to me.
I just start seeing red, and then I black out, and before I know, I'm in Hollywood outside somebody's mansion. There's blood on my hands, and Jesse Eisenberg is in my lap.
Yeah, it's not. And the reason to piss me off, because this version of Lex, there's various versions of Lex. There's been a renaissance of Lex.
Sure.
I prefer the greedy businessman who keeps his hands clean and people don't realize he's dirty. The idea of a mentally insane, like clearly mentally insane person running around looking like the Joker and the Riddler is not fucking Lex Luthor.
Well, he's literally, yes, he is the Riddler and the Joker. I was just getting ready to say that.
It's insane. There's literally moments in this movie where he's making riddles, and I'm like, wait, did we get the right villain for this movie?
Yeah.
Because if you wanted it to be the Riddler and just make the Riddler a rich billionaire, then fucking do it. But goddamn, the Riddler
would have been fine. In fact, you could have written it like Hush, where
But that wasn't written by Frank Miller, so Zack Snyder doesn't know what you're talking about.
Right. Well, if I can stray a little bit,
go ahead.
Snyder is clearly a comic book fan.
Yes. Oh yeah.
He clearly is a comic book fan. I don't know exactly how old he is. He's in his late or mid to late 40s now, maybe early 50s.
Yeah.
If he's that old.
Yeah.
He looks great if he is even remotely that old.
Oh, yeah, he stays in shape.
He stays in shape. Which means that, his comic book renaissance himself was probably in the, late 80s, early 90s, early to mid 90s, maybe even late 90s when everything was going through that extreme dark phase.
Oh, yeah.
And I think his filmmaking, and especially his comic adaptations, and the comics he chooses to adapt specifically reflect that. I mean, all of Miller's stuff. Miller is, in fact, the reason those comics became the way they are.
Him and Alan Moore.
Sure, but specifically, Dark Knight Returns is what launched Dark Batman.
Yes, it did launch Dark Batman. Yeah.
It launched Dark, Gritty Batman, and from Dark, Gritty Batman doing so well, Spider-Man became dark and gritty. Superman became dark and gritty. Alpha Force became dark and gritty. Or Alpha Flight, whatever the hell you...
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Canadian Avengers.
Right. Everything became dark and gritty, and I think that those are 100% the comics he read growing up. And I think his films reflect that because that's what he thinks is cool, and that's what he thinks is, comic books in general. That's how he sees comic books. Is extreme and cool. You spelled Kewl.
Yeah. And I can like dark and extreme and cool things. I love The Boys. I love the Netflix Daredevil series.
Sure.
But when they are annoying and they piss me off, they don't entertain me, I don't like them. Which is, once again, what this movie does. So, yes, we get the infamous Jolly Rancher scene. I fucking hate that scene. He negotiates a way to gain access to Zod's ship and his body, which will lead to a giant cave troll. And then we go back to Clark Kent, who goes to Gotham City. He's given this assignment by Perry White. He's really obsessed about him writing this sports story. But Clark actually does some investigating and tries to look for the random African lady. This is where we find out that she lives down the street in Gotham. In this movie, Gotham is literally down the street from Metropolis. Not the worst idea, but it makes some logistical issues. So Superman is also now very upset about Batman being a dick. Apparently, he just discovered that Batman's been around for 20 years. This is the first time Clark's heard about him, even though he's been on this planet for 33 years and has been living in Metropolis for about 2 years now, but whatever. Superman's reasoning for not liking Batman makes more sense in this version because this movie goes out of its way to make Batman the fucking worst. And I kind of get why in this version of the film, Superman hates Batman. And surprisingly, Superman does better detective work in this movie than Batman.
Right?
Which is insane. I literally thought that was going to be a joke, and then I watched the entire film. I'm like, wait, Superman actually does better detective work in this movie than fucking Batman.
Yeah, I was like, well, Superman is a better investigator.
Yes.
Than Bruce Wayne, which again, an apologist of this movie could easily be like, well, Bruce just doesn't care anymore.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? There is a reason for that. It's still dumb, but you're right, because that actually is a good argument, because we do get a scene where Bruce Wayne goes to an illegal underground fight in Gotham City. He's not in disguise. He's not as Max Malone. He's literally Bruce fucking Wayne at the scene of a crime. Just fuck the whole facade of him being a playboy billionaire who doesn't know any evil, just making people suggest, maybe he's up to some other shit. No, he's just there to fucking illegal fight.
Yeah, he's just a rich dude who doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Goddamn shame. Okay, so then here we go. We get another infamous scene. Senator Finch tells Lex that she's blocking his import. And this is when we find out about the red capes are coming, and we learn about Granny's peach tea.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
We get the best symbolism ever of a painting of angels and demons, but it's been flipped upside down. Because remember, demons don't come from below; they come from above, like Superman.
I'm wacky.
Mickey Mouse.
The red capes are coming, Senator.
The red capes are coming.
Don't you get it? Did you get my weird reference? The red capes are coming.
You work in the government. Do you know anything about U.S. history?
Oh, God. So, through some manipulation, Clark and Bruce go to this charity event, which is held by Lex.
Of course.
Now, if Clark is a reporter, how does he not know about the fucking billionaire who lives down the street? Once again, this man has been reporting for all of 2 years, does not know about the billionaire who lives down the fucking street.
Who's that? You must be new. That is Bruce Wayne.
He's never had to do an obligatory puff piece on the billionaire who lives across the pond or across the lake.
No one in the office he never heard anyone saying, hey, I need some help in this Bruce Wayne article.
Yeah, exactly.
And you never heard that? I know he has super hearing. I know it's selective in this movie. It's selective, but I'm pretty sure he overheard Bruce Wayne.
Certainly selective.
All right, so Superman hears Bruce's radio, which I do love this moment where he kind of like Loki knows that he's talking to Alfred, and he's like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Lex has a mental breakdown in front of the crowd. That scene was atrocious.
Yep.
He's rambling on about gods and monsters and some bullshit. So Clark and Bruce meet for the first time, and they low-key question each other's methods. Great, cool moment, great argument, and then of course Lex comes in and ruins it. Yeah, just the sequence of them meeting for the first time is really cool. I'm not gonna lie, this is a good scene where he's like, maybe it's the Gotham City in me that's tired, that is weary of clowns and whatever. Bullshit. I can't
aliens.
Some crazy shit. But it was a good line.
Sure, it's a good scene. Again, kind of ruined by Lex having to walk in. Well, walk in, and literally say like, Superman meets Batman.
This is Clark Kent meets Bruce Wayne. This is amazing. Like, who the fuck is Clark Kent?
This is amazing because you're Batman and you're Superman.
Yeah. And apparently they don't know that each other. Well, at least Batman knows that he's. Batman knows. Well, no, Clark knows that he's Batman.
Figures it out. I think they both figured it out in that scene, and I think that's kind of. Batman, I think does. I think Bruce
I don't think he does. I thought he did, but after rewatching this extended cut, I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew.
Maybe not.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, which made me mad. But after watching this, I don't think he knew that Clark this whole time was Superman. But we'll
even towards the end at the funeral, that's the first time he's like, "Oh."
Well, maybe a little bit before that, but yeah. We also see this mysterious, beautiful woman who steals Bruce's hacking device. Is she Catwoman? I don't know.
No.
I'm reading this from the perspective of someone who doesn't know who these characters are.
I don't know.
But she gets away with his device, and Bruce is like, damn. So,
dang it.
And to your point, we do get a montage of Superman saving lives, looking bored out of his mind.
Looking really sad to be saving people.
Yeah, he's
miserable.
Yeah, he's really rethinking this whole superhero thing. He's like, fuck, why did I put on this suit and go to the city? I could have just chilled out in the mountains for the rest of my goddamn life, but now people expect me to do shit.
Yeah, which, by the way, I'm going to go chill out in the mountains for a little bit.
Yeah. Gotta do that. So, and, you know, news pundits, as he's doing this debate about Superman, well, should he be here? Should he, you know, all the stuff that I thought the movie was going to go more into, because my biggest hope was the main crux of this movie was going to be like, okay, yeah, Superman fucked up Metropolis. It would be the debate of, okay, Superman fucked up Metropolis, but by the end, he did save us. So what are the goods and bads about that? And I thought the movie was going to have an actual conversation about this, but it doesn't. That would have been actually adults and being grounded and realistic. But no.
Right, that would have been a grounded, grown up, maybe even deep.
Yeah, maybe even deep way of thinking about these fictional characters in a realistic setting. But of course, the movie doesn't want to have that discussion. It wants you to pretend like it's going to have that discussion without actually having that discussion. But anyway. Bruce, now, here we go. Bruce has another random nightmare. And this is where we get the Mad Max Batman versus evil Superman and his soldier scene. I forgot how ridiculous this scene was. I know it's a nightmare, but
is it?
Or is it the future? I didn't see the Snyder cut yet, so I don't fucking know. So yeah, Batman has a gun and he shoots people like it's 1942. I forgot about that.
I mean, he is mowing dudes down, and if it's a nightmare, if it's a dream, then the whole costume, whatever, it's just cool to look at. But if it's not, why the fuck is he wearing the whole costume?
Yeah, he's got the costume with a duster.
It looks hot as hell.
It does.
Wherever he is.
It looks hot as hell. Maybe it's just the color grading. I don't fuck. Maybe it's actually cold, but it looks like it's the desert. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. You recall after we saw the movie, and we went and hung out for a couple more hours after the movie,
right.
How very angry I was at this whole nightmare sequence.
You were.
I was very angry.
You were hot about this.
I'm still hot about this.
Yeah. Go for it.
Fucking... So if it's a dream, whatever. So we cut to an apocalyptic scene. No. Okay. We cut to this apocalyptic scene where it's got a giant Omega symbol out in the middle of this area, and Batman comes in and he's wearing his full costume. He's wearing the duster. He's got a gun. He's got soldiers behind him, and they just go to this cargo container or the back of a truck that happens to what they believe has kryptonite to fight Superman.
Right.
Of course, Batman being the worst detective ever and just being a total idiot throughout the entire film, gets betrayed. Yes, he gets betrayed. He managed to take out the guy who betrays him, and then a bunch of parademons come in. Right.
Snaps a guy's neck, kills some other guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he kills a fuck ton of dudes, and then parademons come in. And, I mean, they just knock his ass out.
Yep.
Well, we wake up. He's in this bunker. He's hanging from the ceiling. Still full costume for some reason. Like, they didn't bother taking any of that off.
Well, they had to wait for Superman to do it.
Yeah, I know. They had to wait for old Clark. He's hanging there. Yeah. Two dudes next to him. Fucking Superman just comes blasting down in.
Yep. Looks the same. For some reason, he didn't get a new costume. For some reason,
looks the exact same. Just a little bit more peeved than he normally is.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit more. He's walking past all these guards who are wearing full black military outfits with little Superman patches. And he walks back. He starts walking up. Heat vision ignites. Chops the dude next to Batman in half. The other next to him in half. Walks up to him. Rips his mask off. I don't remember what stupid shit he says to him.
He says, he said, you took her away from me or something, or something like that, or you took Lois away from me, and then proceeds to cave in his chest.
Punch a hole through his chest. Bruce wakes up in a start and immediately looks over, and who the fuck is standing there but a very poor CGI costume of the Flash?
Well, okay, this is how I would describe it. A random person in a reddish mask tells Bruce that Lois is the key. And
he doesn't even say Lois.
No, he says Lois is the key. He says Lois is the key.
Does he?
Yep, I typed it down. I got the quote.
I just remember him being like, oh, he does. He says Lois.
He says Lois. Lois is the key. Yeah, she's the key.
Yeah.
To fear Superman and to find us, Bruce. He's like, oh, am I too early? And then he disappears.
I'm too early, aren't I?
Yes. Now, I remember.
Disappears.
Yes. I remember in the theater, I had to be the only person laughing at this scene. And the reason I was laughing was because the only way I knew it was the Flash is because I knew what Ezra Miller looked like. And I was like, okay, that looks like Ezra Miller. If you did not know who the fuck Ezra Miller was supposed to be and looking at what he was wearing, you would be like, who the fuck was that? Because it's not clear who it's supposed to be. And I get he's wearing a device and he's from the future. It's not going to look like them. Still, who is this for? Like, I'm saying I'm a hardcore DC fan, and I barely know what the fuck you're trying to tell me here. I can assume,
I know who it was, again, because I know who Ezra Miller is, everything that you just said, as well as production photos that had leaked that showed that suit that he's wearing. They're like, this is Flash, and this is Cyborg, and this is... Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a weird look for the Flash, but okay.
Yeah, so to me, he looks more like Orion, because we just saw the fucking Parademons and Doomsday. I'm thinking New Gods. So I'm like, shit, he looks more like Orion to me, but fuck it, it's the Flash. So yeah.
He comes in.
Yeah, and he had this little mustache. I remember you always joked about him having a little mustache.
He's got the little mustache. Clearly a 100% CGI costume.
Yes.
Because it's not tracked very well on his head. It looks bad.
No, it's not.
When he moves his face, it looks off.
It still looks off. Yeah, I was looking at it like, yeah, that looks not good.
It looks bad. He goes, I'm too early, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Batman shoots back up again.
And then he wakes up from another dream.
He wakes up from another dream, so it's a dream within a dream.
Yes.
Or is it? All the fucking same paper is flying around him.
Yes, we don't know. Once again, didn't see the Snyder cut yet, so I don't fucking know. Yeah. So
I'm still hot about this scene because it makes no sense.
Well, like I said, we gotta wait for the Snyder cut, baby. It'll explain all of this. I swear, it's gonna explain it. We got 4 hours. It's gonna explain it. Wally, Crispy, listen to me. It's gonna explain it.
All right.
Okay.
I trust you.
Yeah. No, you gotta trust Snyder. Don't trust me. I don't control this shit.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, and I'm a weak little bitch.
Well,
I can't throw anything.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna trust you.
Okay.
And
so
if it's bad, I'm coming after you.
Okay. Batman wants to steal the kryptonite from Lex so he can use it to kill Superman. And rightfully so, Alfred tells him that's fucking dumb. This man is not our enemy. Yeah, he's like, dude, this guy's not our enemy.
You're gonna go to war. But he is not our enemy.
And Bruce goes on to ramble on about absolutes and all this. Now,
if there's even a 1% chance that he's against us, then we must treat that as an absolute certainty.
Yes. Now, to me, Batman would use the kryptonite, yes, but he would use it to threaten Superman and use killing him as the last resort. You know, Batman's immediate response shouldn't be, he fucked up that one time, so he's got to die.
What is this shit?
Right.
It's fucking dumb. But anyway. And to talk about Batman and his killing, so Batman's reasons for killing is a bit ambiguous in this movie. Now, it's most likely due to the death of Dick Grayson, but this movie doesn't really try to explain that. And to me, Batman killing should be a decision that should be firmly stated and should be the main focus of his characterization. Now, like you said, I can deal with a Batman killing, but I need to know exactly why he's doing it. This movie does not directly states I'm killing because X, Y, and Z. Because to me, it looks like he's killing because he fucking sucks at his job and he just doesn't care anymore. Which does not make me like Batman. And
he's killing because he's sick of this shit.
Basically. And most fans have had negative reaction to the idea of murderous legacy superheroes. Like, certain superheroes can murder. Like, a lot of people are like, well, the Avengers murder. It's like, yeah, but they don't initially establish themselves as not being murderers. Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man, the big three are like, we don't do that. But continuously have them in these situations where they murder people and people get pissed off about it.
Right, and that might be one of the few things that even in Marvel, I don't necessarily like is when they make Spider-Man kill.
Yeah, I don't like that either. They do that a couple of times.
Yeah, granted, it's killing.
Talking about like in the comics as well, or just in general?
Yeah, in the comics, but specifically in the films, he's got the instant kill or instant kill.
Yeah. I didn't like
Which
that.
he only used it against mindless alien, whatever. So it's like he's not killing people, but Spider-Man would.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't, generally speaking. But I don't want to get in that tangent because there are plenty of comics where he has and he would. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I would have thought DC would have learned their lessons back then, but old habits die hard.
Fuck Batman.
We get a scene where Batman uses a rifle to fire a tracer onto a truck because Dark Knight returns.
Right.
Batman proceeds to chase this truck to try to steal the kryptonite. Batman, So go ahead, say what you gotta say.
I was gonna say he leaves a wake of corpses.
Yes, Batman uses a wrecked car as a wrecking ball to kill other Lex goons. Then he shoots up the other goons. Like, he literally has the guns on the Batmobile, shoots through the car, and drives through it. I was like, holy shit, I forgot that happened in this movie.
There's one cool shot. It's a cool shot, but he's still definitely killing people.
Oh, when he drives through the
but
building.
he gets air, and he just
crashes through
comes
the truck.
down. Yeah. I was like, that's a cool shot. He definitely killed those guys.
He killed the lead. There was 3 of them. After that, there's 2 of them standing there.
Right.
So, yeah. And then that scene happens, and Superman pops up and causes Batman to kind of crash. And then we have the infamous or the iconic "Do You Bleed" scene. I don't like it.
I don't like the confrontation in general. The confrontation should have been Batman immediately starts going after these dudes, maybe kills 2 of them or whatever, and immediately gets the Batmobile smashed by Superman. Why did Superman let him kill all those people?
Yeah, that's a good point. That sequence went on a little too long for Superman to immediately just pop up. Maybe he just wasn't fast enough. I don't fucking know. And I don't like the scene because Batman comes off like a raving lunatic. Like Superman is like, all right.
He is in this movie though. That's
Superman's
his whole character.
Yeah, but I don't like it. It's like Superman's like, look, the bat's dead. Keep it. Let's cut this shit out. And then Batman.
I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna warn you to stop doing this Batman shit. And Batman's like, do you bleed?
Tell me.
And then Superman just looks at him and just flies away. And then he's like, you will. I'm like,
yeah. To which Superman should have come back down and be like, I will what? I will
yeah,
what
exactly.
now?
It's exactly what it should have happened. Superman should have been like, the fuck you say? Backhand, and it's over. But anyway. And we had this long chase sequence of Batman failing to steal the kryptonite just for him to actually steal it off screen later on.
Yeah.
Right? And luckily, the tracer was still attached to the truck that he tried to destroy. Because the truck he was trying to, he fires a tracer on the truck. Why not just follow the truck and then steal the kryptonite instead of? Go ahead.
Especially when we learn later that he does have a Batwing.
That too.
So he could have covertly.
Yeah, just covertly followed them to the location. But instead, he has to fire tracer, then proceed to destroy the object that the tracer is attached to, only conveniently not destroying the part of the truck where the tracer was still attached to it. So, just amazing luck with the Batman here. Get this also infamous scene where Martha Kent, played by Diane Lane, tells Clark to be a superhero, but then tells him to fuck them.
Or don't. Yeah, be their hero. Was it be their hero or don't?
She was like, be their hero, be their icon, or don't.
Or be none of it.
Or be none of it because you don't owe them anything.
Be their hero. Be their monument. Be their angel. Be anything they need you to be. Or be none of it. You don't know this world thing. You never did.
Great lessons from Martha and Jonathan in these films, I swear to God.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind it in Man of Steel because at that point he wasn't Superman, right?
Okay.
He hadn't put on the costume yet.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't set out to be this icon.
He hasn't gone
to
down
people.
that path yet. Yeah.
Right. He isn't an image. He hasn't saved hundreds, if not thousands. He hasn't killed thousands either. At that point, so John being like, you could live a normal life, just have powers, or he's like, I can't tell you what to do with these powers.
Right.
It's like, I know what you should do with them because you have them. With great power must also come great responsibility. He's Uncle Ben.
Yes.
If you have the power, you should do good with it. That's the whole point of that character. Her telling him after the fact, how many months later? 6 months?
It's
7
2
months?
years. 2 years later.
It's 2 years later. In the story, it's 2 years later.
It's in this concept. Or like they say 18 months, but everyone references as 2 years later. So 2 years.
Gotcha. Okay, so 2 years into him being Superman, again, he caused the destruction of Metropolis, or he would at least participated in it. He didn't do anything.
He was complicit in it. Yes.
He was complicit in it, and has since then, for the last 2 years, done good, done best he can to help people.
Yeah, attempted to make up. Yes.
Yeah, attempted to make amends and be as good a hero as he can possibly be. So no, you cannot just be like, I'm done.
Right.
You can't.
Right.
You can't. Like, you are dedicated to it. You have to do it. It's like, you don't owe them anything. Like, actually,
that's what Superman would do, but this is real,
right?
And whatever. So.
But you don't owe them anything. Bullshit. He doesn't owe them anything. He knocked down an entire city and killed 5,000 people. He owes at least Metropolis everything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It almost sounds
Maybe
like
he doesn't owe the world.
Yeah, that almost sounds like the motivation of what should have been the motivation for a certain supervillain. But anyway,
right.
So as we're going on, Lois Lane is still in the background. She's been trying to discover the whole thing about the bullet, and she gets help from Senator Swanwick, and he uses his contacts, and basically we find out that Lex used special bullets to frame Superman. And Swanwick directly says the government knows this, but it doesn't care. So there's a certain part of the government that knows that Superman's being framed, but they don't care.
Go on record.
Not a chance. It's classified. I happen to like my job.
They know that the public doesn't necessarily trust him 100%.
I guess.
And they don't because
right.
He's potentially interfering with the more nefarious aspects of what they would like to do.
That's a good point. So
sure.
Why would the U.S. government think that Superman murdered burned bodies with bullet holes in them? Why?
Why would the government, or even then, why would normal people in this world who have seen what Superman can do assume that he's using bullets,
right?
Or that of all these people he saved, again, ignoring the thousands of people he caused the death of, yes. Ignoring all of that, why would they assume that he's going on this killing spree? And maybe he's just a racist and he hates this African village.
It's possible. Hey, shit, it's possible. This is a brand new Superman.
Maybe.
But that's the thing, though. Did no one investigate the crime scene? Like we have.
Lois did.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have Interpol, the International Criminal Police Organization, the UN, Hague trials, trying to get the whole, crimes against humanity, war crimes. No one investigated the bodies. I know they were burned to death, but they were still filled with bullets. They didn't find the bullets in the bodies?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Lex paid them off.
Okay, now this is the thing. Lex's team, this is how you make the movie better. Lex's team should have used lasers instead of guns and flamethrowers. If Lex would have had some crazy laser technology to mimic Superman's laser vision and killed the people, that would have made more sense. Instead of using guns and fucking flamethrowers. Now here's the other thing. Why did he use special bullets? Why would he specifically use bullets that would make him trackable back to him? As opposed to just using any random bullets.
Well, isn't the idea with those bullets that they give off a very specific level of radiation that only Superman gives off?
Nope. That is not in this film.
seen a metal like this. Could be darker black box.
Who could find out?
Nobody would want to. The wheelchair and the bullet from the desert were made from the same metal.
You know, the desert, the hearings, everywhere Superman goes, Luthor wants death.
Oh, okay.
It's just
So that might just be something I've heard people say.
That's what I've heard people exactly. I thought that was the thing too, and I go watch the extended cut, like, oh, that was added. I watched the film. It's like, no, it's just a special metal, which is conveniently the same metal that's used in the bomb, thus connecting Lex to the bomb. Why does he use his own metal? He could have just used random metal. He could have used Smith and Wesson bullets or some Remington steel, and then let them let them be complicit. But no, instead he could have used Wayne industry grade bullets as opposed to his
That
own.
would have been great.
That would have made more sense. Okay, fuck Bruce Wayne as well. But no,
Yeah.
he involves himself like a dumbass because he's so smart. And then to come to find out, the fucking African lady, the random African lady lied. Her parents are still alive. Like no one corroborated her story after she gave it to the Senate. Nobody.
No.
They literally fucking what's her name? Holly Hunter is like, because the African lady was she was afraid that it tells her like I lied. I'm like, wait, no one corroborated your story. Like you said you were there, but you live in Gotham. So how the fuck did you get to Washington D.C. so fast if you live in the situation after, which like we established, literally just happened because we see Lois coming home after she makes her statement. Unless the editing is out, I don't fucking get it. This still makes no sense. I don't.
No, and what's the character's motivation for doing so? I mean, other than being paid by Luthor potentially, but isn't it even stated in the film that she's working with him?
She said that she was forced to do it. I don't know if she necessarily said she was paid.
Paid her?
Not only paid her, threatened her, gave her a script. Her parents are alive back home, but the girl's got a conscience.
Because that's the other thing. She lives in the shitty part of Gotham, and she was being paid. Why didn't they could have had a sequence where she moved out of Gotham and maybe moved to a nice area of Metropolis? But no, she still lives in the shitty part of Gotham, so I don't think she was paid. I don't get it. They don't mention that like they threatened her family because her family was already in the danger zone in the first place.
Right.
They're living under a fucking warlord. So this makes no goddamn sense. Why is this in this movie?
More than likely, it's probably a story beat that he had started writing and started filming and then abandoned, but they already had the scenes. So when they did the extended cut, they were like, well, we put these scenes back in there because they still kind of tell a story.
Well, see, that's another interesting thing. This was written by David S. Goyer.
So not Snyder.
Yeah, David S. Goyer, and later on, Chris Terrio was added. He's a writing partner of Ben Affleck's, and Chris Terrio helped write Argo. And interesting enough, Chris Terrio also helped write Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. So Chris Terrio kind of has this. I guess he's the fixer. Whenever there's some big,
he's the punch-up guy.
Yeah, he's the punch-up guy, and I guess he did his best to punch up this bullshit, and it did not work. This whole plot line makes no fucking sense, but you can salvage it. Like I said, Lex uses heat vision and heat lasers to frame Superman. Uses Wayne Industry bullets to frame Bruce Wayne. That would have made sense. And instead, he does none of it and frames his own self because he is the Riddler. Because the Riddler always has to gives himself away whenever he does a crime. Yeah. So, Senator Finch wants Superman to appear before the Senate to chat about what happened in Africa. So, Superman arrives, and he goes into the Senate. He's there to talk. She's there giving her speech, but then Senator Finch notices that there's an open jar of piss on her desk.
No.
Now, did this surprise
It's Granny's PT.
Yes. Now, this is the weird thing. There is a jar of piss on her desk. There are other people around her. No, it's open jar. No one smelled the piss before she started talking. No one noticed the piss before she started talking.
Yeah. Superman, with all of his heightened senses, didn't walk in immediately like, oh.
He didn't smell the piss. Like, people just smell the piss in the Senate and it's cool. Okay, whatever. So, Wally's wheelchair explodes. And Superman just fucking stands there as the Capitol burns. I hate this moment. Right? And a lot of people is like, oh, it's not that bad. Watch the extended cut, it's not that bad. So in the ultimate cut, He stands there as the Capitol burns. We see him save one person. He in the movie does state
he carries one person out.
Yes, the movie does state he saves a few people. Then he leaves in the middle of the rescue effort and fucks off. Fuck this movie. There is a bomb in the nation's capital. Superman saves 3 people and then it's like, man, I'm out.
I gotta go.
He's
like, I'm kind of...
This superhero shit hard, bro. I gotta go, man. I didn't sign up for this.
I gotta go see my girlfriend. She's standing on her balcony.
Nah, man. I gotta go take a hike in the mountains and go talk to my ghost dad. Cause shit is real,
doesn't
bro.
he go to Lois first and be like, man, shit sucks.
He does.
I gotta go.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes.
He like goes and meets her and he's like, man, this is hard.
Yes. Now he
does.
Go. Yeah, he does say he's upset because he probably didn't see the bomb because he wasn't looking for it. But we do find out that no, the bomb was covered in lead, but he couldn't hear it.
Right. But also, how did Lex know?
How did Lex know what?
That he can't see through lead?
I'm pretty sure Lois might have reported it in the newspaper. That's what she normally does. But you would have to assume that because you saw the Richard Donner film, but this movie does not expressly state that. So yes.
Right. Like
once again,
shitty writing. Was that part of their conversation when they had their meeting in the first movie, and I'm just not remembering it? Like maybe he reveals that to her.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
So then, well, then as audience members, if you haven't seen the Donner films or read a comic, you don't know that he can't see through lead either.
Yes, this is a big revelation.
Okay.
Which is kind of just dropped out of nowhere.
So, right.
Whatever. Now.
So poor writing.
Poor writing, yes. Poor writing. Now, here's another idea to make this movie better. So, I don't know if anyone else has had this idea, but this has been my idea. I've been stewing in my head for 4 years. Wally, Snoop McNeary's character, should have been Jimmy Olsen.
Right, which everyone thought Scoot McNairy was going to be anyway.
No. Well, also you must remember, people thought he was going to be the Flash. That was the rumor, because Wally, and there was a shot of him. He had the CGI on his leg, so they were like, super speed. He's going to be Flash, but the Flash didn't move. But no, he's a different guy. He should have been Jimmy Olsen.
Sure.
And the reason I say that is Scoot McNairy's character, Wally, should have been Jimmy Olsen. Use him as the human representative who stands up for Superman. Because there's no other human representative that actually stands up for Superman except for Lois. But
not literally, because he doesn't have legs anymore.
That's the thing. Still have him be paralyzed. He was caught in the destruction. And he's the person who's like, yeah, I lost my legs, but you have to realize Superman saved the entire planet. He's not all bad.
Right.
He should be the one person who is, standing up for Superman. Have him be that person. Would have been cool. Instead of him being this crazy whack job who's manipulated by Lex because he wasn't getting his fucking checks from Bruce Wayne. A normal person would have just sued Bruce Wayne for non-paid medical benefits instead of just going insane and being upset that he wasn't getting paid. So that also makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, that would have been great. But again, that comes back down to what we discussed earlier: is that Snyder and the writers as well, clearly, don't really like those humanized, normal side characters who
you get 3. You get Alfred, you get Martha, and you get Lois. That's all you get. Right.
And Alfred basically is told to shut the hell up every time he's on screen. So
that's a good point. And this is the thing, when Bruce is watching the Senate thing, and he's looking at the letters, and the person says, you killed your family. Bruce, I rewatched the film. Bruce thinks it's Superman who's doing this.
Yeah.
Which, at first I was like, no, that's the moment when he realizes it's Lex. But as the movie goes on, he does not know that Lex is complicit in any of that. He knows Lex is bringing in the kryptonite, but he does not know that Lex has been manipulating him because he's a dumbass. So he's at this moment is thinking, from my interpretation, he's thinking it's Clark that's been doing all of this for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Goddamn shame. Bruce discovers a file on Lex's data that shows trailers for future DCU movies. It includes the logos. This is lazy as fuck. I hate this. This is bad. He just looks at them. He doesn't watch them yet. That comes later. That's when later on when Wonder Woman actually watches the clips. I would say Cyborgs is the best clip out of that. I would have loved to have seen that movie. Clark takes a hike in the mountains while the whole United States of America thinks Superman is a goddamn terrorist. Because they still don't know, was he complicit in the explosion in the Capitol. Clark is taking a hike in the mountains while the United States thinks he is a fucking terrorist. What is happening in this movie?
I mean, laws don't apply to someone who can break your skull simply by flicking it, you know?
God damn it. So Clark has a conversation with Ghost Dad 2. And he tells Clark to put all his hope and reasons for living onto a woman. I don't think that's the best advice. Kind of shitty to do that to someone, but...
it's kind of setting him up to be an evil dictator in an alternate timeline that may or may not happen.
That may or may not happen, yeah. You're right. Because Lois is the key, once again.
Lois is the key. It's the only thing important to him.
Yes, we'll find this out in the Snyder Cut.
We
then see Martha Kent getting kidnapped while she's at work. Now, Superman usually monitors Lois Lane and the Kents. So, they shouldn't have gotten far, but in this movie, Superman is very lackadaisical with his powers. He cares about his mom, but then he doesn't care about his mom. I don't fucking know. This makes no sense. And if you want, once again, you want to make it better, why not kidnap her while Superman and Batman are fighting? So he's distracted, and he's trying to convince Batman to help him. Or he's fighting Batman, trying to convince Batman to stop, and then his mom is kidnapped, and then he's distracted by that.
Right.
Make more sense, right?
It would make a lot more sense.
But
man, why didn't you write this movie?
Fuck, why didn't I write this movie? So Lois Lane gets kidnapped, and Superman arrives with a quickness, saves her from falling off of a building. So he loves Lois, but then he's super shocked when Lex tells him.
Yeah, she didn't even know his mom was kidnapped. Had no idea.
Makes no goddamn sense. So Lex Luthor goes full Joker, and he tells he just kidnapped his mom, and he calls Superman a fraud. But this is the thing, he calls him a fraud, but continues to set him up, making his argument bullshit.
Right.
You know, like if Lex was, then this is how would have did Lex. Just have Lex show people footage from Man of Steel. That's all he needs to do to prove this, to convince the people. Like, have him be like a Trump-like figure who relentlessly reminds people that Superman destroyed Metropolis. So whenever he's a billionaire, he owns his own media. Every time they're on TV, it's about them. Oh, remember that time when Superman fucked up Metropolis? This guy's bad. Like, that's all he has to do is like, Superman gives him enough rope to hang himself. Lex doesn't have to go and make bullets and make Batman go crazy. Superman already fucked up. Lex literally just has to be like, oh yeah, he fucked up Metropolis. Don't forget that. Don't forget that he fucked up Metropolis. The Daily Planet is fake news. Superman fucked up Metropolis. That's all he has to do. And then gets a bunch of people on his side to be like, yeah, you know what? Superman did fuck up Metropolis. Fuck that guy. And then Superman has to fight through that by showing he's good. Like, that makes more sense.
I agree. But that's not the movie we got.
That's not the movie we got. And it's a goddamn shame because we have these people who have paid millions of dollars to write this shit, and I'm just some asshole on the internet, and I'm coming up with better shit than what we're giving them. So somehow Lex convinces Superman to fight and kill Batman in order to save Martha, instead of using his powers to save his goddamn self.
Yeah, that's the thing. One, Lex is just a dude.
Yes, he is. He is,
and he's just a dude there in front of Superman. And at that point, we can also assume that he doesn't have any kryptonite on him because Superman seems to be at full power, being within 3 or 4 feet of him.
He doesn't because Batman stole it from him, so he has no kryptonite.
Well, I mean, he has some.
No, he didn't. Batman stole it from him. But wait a second. Wait. How did he get... Oh, no, that's right. He did have like a little sliver of it, and he was going to bring in a big... Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Right. But he had some.
Yeah, he had a small piece of it. Yeah, you're right.
But you can assume he definitely didn't have any on him right then and there because Superman was, again, seemingly at full power. Wasn't acting like he was weakened in any way. And even if he was weakened...
He was weakened emotionally because he realizes Lex stole his mom, I guess?
Lex stole my mom. All right, Lex, off the building. I'm gonna go save my mom
Right.
now.
Because Lex does say, well,
Super speed.
Yeah, thank you. He's like, well, if you don't kill her, they'll kill her. I'm like, all he has to do is listen for her and then fucking stop.
Like, there's her heartbeat, and I have X-ray
Coordinates,
vision,
yes.
laser vision. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
You're
Got
dead.
my mom.
Got my mom.
Or not even dead. Like, there's your kneecap. Your kneecap.
No,
your
this
kneecap.
is
I win.
this is Snyder's. He's killing those guys.
Sure, this is Snyder. Yeah, he'd kill them. But even then, you could easily write it. He's like, your kneecap, blow up your tank, whatever. You know, or cut out the floor right around you. You fall through it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Or again, super speed, just literally bashes through, take them all out, and then gets his mom. He's like, all right, I didn't have to fight Batman.
Yeah. So
I didn't have to go ask some random dude who I hate to go save my mom.
But that
For
happens.
some reason,
But that happens.
for some reason, because like, why can't I go do it? What am I going off to do? I let Luther go so he can go do his thing, so that I have to come ask you, so that I could go do that later.
Yes. So Superman meets Batman, and he does, for a split second, he does try to ask Batman for help. Batman uses his sonic devices. Superman gets out of it, but for some reason, Superman pushes him 40 yards further, pissing him off. And
hey man.
Yeah, so he starts off like, hey, I need your help. Batman's like, I don't want to talk to you. Superman stops it, and then he literally walks up to the guy. Instead of saying, dude, I'm not trying to fight you, I need your help, he just walks up to him, pushes him 40 feet, thus pissing him off even further. So they keep fighting. Batman hits Superman with a kryptonite smoke grenade. They keep fighting even more. Superman kind of gets back into it. Batman uses some more kryptonite to weaken him again.
Another grenade.
Superman
falls for it a second time,
showing
that he is an idiot.
Yes. And then we get Batman attempts to murder Superman like Jesus on the cross. This is a subtle reference, and I do not mean subtle in the way it's supposed to be meant. It is a reference to that. If you didn't pick up that imagery, it's what it's referencing.
What the imagery that he's laying like this?
Laying like that. The moment when he picks him up and he's laying like that, they don't show you the full image, but he's literally on Batman's shoulders like that. And he picks up the spear, which is that image of the guy stabbing Jesus on the cross with the spear. It's very high concept type of stuff, or low concept type of stuff, I would say.
You're not smart enough to get it.
Not everybody gets it. So after getting his ass kicked, Clark now wants to talk again. And he says, "You're letting them kill Martha." And Bruce has a mental breakdown trying to figure out what the fuck he's talking about.
You're letting him kill Martha. What does that mean? Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?
Go ahead.
Nobody else in the world has ever been named Martha.
Nope. Luckily, Lois Lane runs in at this moment to explain that Martha is his mother's name.
Yeah, that's his mom. It's his mother's name.
Now, this has been memed. This has been talked about since this film comes out.
Right.
People defend it, and I'm here to tell you, it's fucking stupid.
There are detractors and there are apologizers. The detractors would say it's stupid that that's what would motivate Batman to completely give up his, say, 10-year lifestyle of killing criminals and just being an unadulterated badass, as Snyder would probably refer to him.
So,
and apologists would say that this is the moment that Batman realizes, oh, Clark is a human too. Like, this is clearly, like, he may not be from Earth, but he has a family, he has a mother, he has people who care about him, just like I did. I don't want him to lose his mommy too.
Either way is fucking dumb. So
either way, it's stupid.
Batman, the world's greatest detective, was manipulated to think that Superman caused Wally to not receive his checks, which we already talked about. He has investigated Superman for 2 years, and from my understanding, has not discovered that Superman is Clark Kent and doesn't know that he was adopted by Jonathan and Martha Kent.
Right.
Lois Lane figured this out within a week. This was already established in Man of Steel. As I said, it is not hard to discover that Clark Kent is Superman.
Right. In fact, that's the whole point of that movie.
The whole point of that movie establishes that. The town of Smallville knows that Clark Kent is Superman. Lex Luthor knows that Clark Kent is Superman. The fucking government should know, because it's pretty easy to discover this out.
Swanwick knows.
Swanwick knows. He clearly knows.
What is this shit?
So, this makes no goddamn sense. This scene makes no and if you were emotionally moved by this, God bless you. But this is fucking dumb. Because, not just because, like you said, Batman was in a rage. He wasn't thinking of Superman as an actual person. And he's slowly becoming, he's blinded by hatred, you know? He's turning into the murderer, like the murderer that murdered his parents.
Right.
Even though Alfred has been telling him this entire movie that this is not a good idea. Every scene in this goddamn movie Alfred has, he literally tells him, this is not a good idea. You're slowly turning into the murderer like the guy that killed your family. But he doesn't realize that until this moment.
You're 100% the murderer.
Yeah. He doesn't realize it.
Killed your parents.
It's fucking dumb. The Martha scene is dumb. But if you love it, you love it. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not clever. It's not.
No.
It's really not.
I mean, kudos to Snyder or Terrio or Goyer for being the first people to realize that Batman and Superman's mom have the same name.
Have the same name, yeah, exactly. And some people might say, well, they did it in Civil War with fucking Winter Soldier. Iron Man found out that Winter Soldier killed his parents. Yeah, but it wasn't because of the same fucking name. Captain America is more deep because Captain America already knew it. He just didn't tell it to fucking Tony. So Tony is pissed off that he's like, yo, you known this and you didn't tell me?
He was betrayed by his friend.
Yes.
For someone he considered a friend.
Someone he considered a friend was like, oh, well, you just let your homeboy kill my parents and you didn't mention this to me? That makes more sense. It literally makes more sense. It's not cut and dry on that one.
It's a better movie.
They both have problems, but it's a better movie. Crazy, yes. So, as you mentioned in our Man of Steel video, Lois throws the spear into some water. So after this, Batman does a complete 180. He does a complete 180, and after this bullshit, we get the best moment in the entire film.
100% the best moment.
The best moment. The Batman warehouse scene.
Yes.
I could literally watch this on a loop for 3 hours and it'd be better than this entire fucking movie. It's fucking awesome.
It's fantastic. Granted, he definitely kills at least one or two of those dudes.
Look, he kills everyone in this, damn near everyone in this fucking room. But you know what? I'm gonna take it because it's one of the most comic accurate things we've ever seen Batman do in live action. It is amazing.
Right.
He comes in through the window. It's a lot of Arkham Asylum stuff, like breaks through the ceiling and he pops up through the floor.
Oh, right, yeah.
He uses gadgets.
Bashes through the wall.
Yeah. He disables their guns. I love the moment where, my favorite moment is when he punches the guy and the guy falls and like breaks his neck. Like he punches the guy so hard. He just falls. That's my favorite part because it's so fucking ridiculous. But it's like, goddamn. At the same time.
Part where he gets shot in the back of the head and then just turns around and starts beating the shit out of the dude.
Mm-hmm. Or
he's just pissed off.
The dude stabs him, so he takes a knife out and stabs that guy.
However, to put a damper on that scene, all those men were told that as soon as someone came to save Martha to kill her.
What now?
All of those people were told that as soon as someone came to save Martha to kill her.
Nah, couldn't be. This movie's way too smart for that to happen. No, couldn't be. Stop it. You're not ruining this. You're not ruining this for me, Wally. Don't you fucking hold this movie to its own goddamn logic. I swear to God, Wally. I'm tired of you and your shit.
You remind me of what this movie told me it said.
God damn it, Crispy. I'm tired of your shit, alright? I'm trying to enjoy this fucking scene.
It is a great scene.
It's a great scene.
It's a great scene.
He does kill KGB set that he blows up. And then we get the moment where he says, I'm a friend of your son's, and Martha says, I knew because of the cape. Once again, the humor in these films are not good.
No, but it's also not earned.
It's not earned. Definitely not earned.
It's not earned at all.
And he's a friend?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, your son and I, we go way back.
Go
like
way back,
40,
like
40 minutes ago.
Yeah, like 10 minutes ago when I,
You should have seen us. We were just joshing around.
I almost fucking killed your son. But then he said your name was Martha, and I was like, wait a second, why am I mad at this guy?
His mom has a name?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if his mom was named Susan, Superman would be fucking dead, and the city would have been destroyed because Doomsday would have wrecked everything. But
Yeah.
So Lex Luthor unleashes a giant cave troll. How does Zack Snyder,
known as Zod?
Yeah, formerly known as Zod, which I do like the whole using Zod's DNA. How did Zack Snyder, of all people, fuck up Doomsday's design? Like, this seems like impossible. Giant rage monster covered in spikes.
I mean, it's the Hulk.
Like, it seems like he took that design and used it for a different character. So, yeah, I was so disappointed when they released that. I remember they released that. It was probably the third trailer for BVS. It was on Jimmy Kimmel. I think it was Ben Affleck was on there. And they released the trailer. And that was the problem. This trailer pretty much, as a whole, it gives away the entire movie. Like, it's in sequence, kind of gives you what the movie is. We see Wonder Woman pop up. Up to that point, we weren't sure if Doomsday was or not in the movie. It was heavily hinted and rumored that he might be in the movie, and then this trailer gave it away, and he looks terrible.
I will say I hate it less on rewatching.
Really?
Only because the theater, I remember when we saw it was like really fucking dark, and it's already hard to make out an all gray, dark gray character.
That's true.
At night. It's not a good design by any means, but I don't hate it as much as I did when I first saw it. I still don't think it looks like Doomsday. It looks more like the Abomination.
Yeah, it looks like the MCU version of the Abomination, which somehow still looks more like Doomsday than this fucking thing. But anyway, the cave troll wrecks the city, and he starts unleashing these waves of energy. Doomsday has had numerous powers in the comics, so fuck it, I don't care.
Right.
Now, Superman smartly takes him into space, but they're both hit by nukes because Dark Knight Returns. The cave troll crashes back to Earth and lands on Stryker's Island, which they do mention offhand. It's uninhabited.
Uninhabited.
So, yes.
Everyone. It's a bank holiday. Everyone went home early.
Which in the comics that I know, Stryker's Island is like Riker's Island. It's a prison, but this is just some island or whatever. So Batman comes in. He tries to trick the cave troll to follow him back to Gotham so he can retrieve the Kryptonite Spear.
Why?
Because it's closer.
He says to Alfred, "I have to get it to follow me back to the city.
Yes.
I have to get the spear."
Yes.
No, you don't. All you have to do is go get the spear.
I was going to make that argument, but then I thought about it. If he leaves to go get the spear, there's nothing that's keeping Doomsday at his attention. So by the time he comes back, Doomsday could be in fucking Indonesia. You see what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So I thought about it. I was like, no, keep his attention.
But then, take him back to the city.
It's
You're
risky.
Still endangering the city.
It's risky, but no, they're not, because conveniently they land to another part of Gotham City that has nobody's there.
Right. It's the same area from Arkham City.
Yeah, I guess. Batman's about to get blown away, but Wonder Woman arrives and saves the day. This is my second favorite moment in the movie. Awesome. It's so good.
Yeah.
This scene still holds up when she comes in and saves the day. Because I remember this. You remember when we saw this movie? Throughout most of this movie, the crowd was quiet. Like, there was barely any reaction from the crowd. crowd.
Oh yeah,
Barely any reaction. This was the only time when the crowd was like, yeah. When Wonder Woman shows up, man, the crowd was hyped. Even when the fight went down, people weren't even like that excited. It was like, oh, something's happening, but it was when Wonder Woman came in, like the crowd like pops like crazy.
Yeah, because we'd only been getting short glimpses of her.
Yeah.
Throughout the film, just teases here and there of like, well, like, she's clearly Wonder Woman, but like, are we gonna get to see her do anything, or do we have to wait for her movie?
Yeah. And then we get the whole Trinity standing. And this at the time was compared to the Avengers 360 shot, and I was one of the people like, nah, this is don't compare this
not
to
nearly
this.
as good.
Yeah. Wait till we get to Justice League. When we get the full 7 standing together, then we can compare it. Sadly, we didn't get that shot, so this is all we have to compare it to now. So
I mean, we got the 6. We got the 6 standing together.
We didn't.
We got the 6.
That does not count. Them just standing there and nodding heads is bullshit. So we do get this shot, and then granted, it's just the Trinity just standing there. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. This is all we got at this point.
It's the only time. It's the last time we'll get that.
Exactly.
Sadly, I think this is the only. Well,
we got to see Snyder cut.
Except for the Snyder cut.
He'll probably work something in there. Goddamn it. Lois goes out of the blue to retrieve the kryptonite spear.
Which
out of the blue.
Which I remember both of us in theaters when she threw it in the water. Because 20 minutes before that, we got a glimpse of Aquaman.
Yep.
You and I were both like, oh, fuck, Aquaman.
Yes. I have that note. I didn't know we both remembered it, but I was like, I thought that's when Aquaman would arrive. He would be the one to go to the water and get the trident, or get the spear, right?
Right.
Now, here's another thing. This is either how you make this better, or this is going to be Zack Snyder's excuse in the Snyder cut. So, General Swanwick is Martian Manhunter, right? Allegedly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not allegedly. Snyder has said.
I'm going to say alleged till I see it.
With gusto that he is.
I'm going to say alleged till I see it.
But written in this movie, there's no way he is.
Right. But what if Martian Manhunter telepathically tells Lois to go retrieve the spear? That's going to be his excuse. I swear to God, that's going to be the excuse. Because you have to remember, Martian Manhunter is watching this in DC.
Yeah. But he also is the one who sent the nuke.
No, that was the president that sent the nuke.
Either way, he was there.
Yes.
He was there, and he wasn't like, hey, how about we don't do that?
No. Once again, he does say we probably shouldn't do that because it's Superman. And the president's like, fuck it, because we don't like Superman.
But if he's Martian Manhunter, he has telepathic abilities.
Sir,
he couldn't.
Sir. That's why I say allegedly, because it makes no goddamn sense. But I'm gonna roll with it.
I know, but you're positing this situation where he uses his telepathic abilities to tell one person to do something, but not the other.
Once again, this is gonna be Zack Snyder's excuse. I'm calling it now.
Yeah.
He telepathically tells Lois to go get the kryptonite spear because he read her mind, knew about it, and he's like, "Oh, just fuck, go get the spear." I'm swear to God, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be his cop out. I'm calling it now. You heard it here first. I'm calling it fucking now. So,
all right.
So, we have a big CGI battle while Lois almost drowns because she's, trying to get the spear.
Normal.
The thing collapses on her, so she's stuck. Superman goes to save her. Why wasn't Batman retrieving the spear while Wonder Woman and Superman were fighting? Because at this whole time, Batman's just there.
Because Batman has to do his awesome Dark Knight Returns pose. He's got to zip to the wall, pose real quick, and then zip away.
No, goddamn, you're right. Because Dark Knight Returns.
He can't do that if he's in the water.
Right. Because Dark Knight
probably could. He probably could do the pose. He could be like in the water still, but it wouldn't be as cool.
I didn't even think about that. That's a very good point. So Lois is saved by Superman. And for some reason, I thought this was funny. She throws the spear again once they get it out of the water. Because, Clark goes in and gets it, and then he's, dying. So she gets the spear away from him and throws the spear again. Which was kind of funny. So, Wonder Woman cuts off the Cave Troll's forearm, and it grows back as a big spike in its place. Superman uses the kryptonite spear. He sacrifices himself to use the kryptonite spear to stab the cave troll at close range, and he gets stabbed for being a dumbass like his dad, Jonathan. Why doesn't he just throw the spear?
Or, and I can't take claim to this. I've seen other people say this, and it makes so much more sense. Why not give the spear to Wonder Woman? She seems like, one, she's having a great time fighting this monster. She's not struggling like either Batman or Superman are.
Yes. She's
far more capable at fighting, especially close hand.
Yes.
And with weapons.
Yes.
Just give it to her. It doesn't affect her. She, to quote his name's Nick Mason from the Weekly Planet podcast. She could eat kryptonite. It doesn't affect
matter.
her.
Yeah. Now, I thought the same thing.
And she's magic.
Once again, I thought the same thing, but I will state the movie does show that at this time, Wonder Woman was holding him down with the lasso of truth. So the movie does kind of have an out. I will give it that. It's still
let it go.
It's still
it didn't
dumb.
work.
It
didn't work clearly because Superman still got fucking speared through the chest.
Once again, I know it makes no sense, but the movie kind of gives itself an out. So I'm gonna roll with it. This is how I would have fixed this. Now, Warner Brothers and the general public knows two Superman stories. They know the origin of Superman and the death of Superman. Why do we waste them back to back in this franchise with no build-up? Like that's a legit question. Why do we waste these two big stories back to back? That's like if we did a Batman franchise and we're gonna the first movie. Hold on. We're gonna do a Batman franchise. The first movie we're gonna do his origin. Next movie we're gonna do Killing Joke. And the last movie we're gonna do what's another big Dark Knight Returns. Bam, there we go. That's our franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, we did the top 3 popular Batman stories back to back. We fucking did. So, yeah, go ahead.
Because Snyder read comics in the 90s, and that's when they killed Superman.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, now for me, what I would have did, I would have used this Doomsday fight as the first team-up of the Justice League, and let the Justice League movie be the official start of the official team, you know? So, like, Doomsday, like you said, Martian Manhunter wouldn't just let Doomsday run amok. Have Aquaman pop up and be the one to retrieve the spear. And then out of nowhere, a green Martian guy comes in, and him, the Martian, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Aquaman team up to stop Doomsday. And let that be how they stop Doomsday. You see what I'm saying?
I've even seen people say that a better way to kind of pit Batman versus Superman is to not really have Batman be the main antagonist against Superman. Rather, Lex has manipulated Wonder Woman and Flash. Like these people aren't familiar with Superman. Manipulate the other characters into going after Superman.
Almost doing a reverse of Batman, Superman, Public Enemy.
Essentially, yeah. You get these characters who aren't very familiar with Superman, or you can establish that there are reasons that they all do not trust him. Give us more of a reason to trust Lex.
Here's a better idea. Like I said with the whole Lex using the whole he destroyed Metropolis thing, he uses that and runs for president and becomes president, and then does that plot line.
Man, that'd be great.
Once again, we are random assholes on the internet making this movie 20 times better.
You'd have to get a different actor than Eisenberg.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
You for sure have to get a different actor. Yes.
Or at least tell him to tone it down. I mean, he's not old enough.
Lex gets arrested in Zod's ship while he's talking to some giant alien statue. Now, who was this supposed to be? I know we know now it's supposed to be Steppenwolf, but I remember when this clip was first released, and it's like, well, this is a clip from the extended cut that we didn't get to see, and I'm like, oh, cool, let me look at it. Now, once again, I'm a DC fan. I saw that clip and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to be?
Right.
Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm legit confused. The people who were writing about it were confused. And they're like, it's either Darkseid's dad or it's fucking Steppenwolf. And I'm like, Well, I guess it's Steppenwolf because he has the horn helmet. And granted, Steppenwolf is only worn that comic, worn that outfit like twice in comics to that point because that was a new design for the New 52.
Yeah.
That's not what Steppenwolf normally looks like. So I'm like,
no.
I don't know.
He's normally in like all green.
He's in
and
all
yellow.
green with a fucking cone head hat. Like, so it's like, I don't know who the fuck that's supposed to be. I guess it's this shit is weird. Like,
right.
Like this is like Feige can do some inside baseball shit when it comes to Marvel, but he usually does it in a way where enough of the fans are like, oh, that's a reference to that. But this design was so weird. I'm like, I guess it's Steppenwolf. Then again, why Steppenwolf? Because who gives a shit about Steppenwolf?
Hardcore, dude. You just don't get it. You're not smart enough.
Shit. Maybe we'll find out more in the Snyder Cut.
We won't. We won't. We won't.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, we got 4 hours. We gonna find something. Goddammit. Stop. We gonna find something.
Yeah, we're gonna find that there was about 2.5 extra hours of that film that didn't need to be added back in. That's what we're gonna find out. That there's 2.5 extra hours. I guarantee. I'm excited for it. Genuinely, I'm excited for it. But as a pessimist, at this point, I'm excited.
Boy, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, we should do a viewing party. That'll be fun.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. All right. So Superman's dead. Yeah, he's dead now. So now the world cares about Superman dying, even though the movie established most of the world hated him.
Right. Clark's actual Kansas funeral, because there are 2 funerals. Yes. There's the big Washington funeral for the hero.
Yeah, for the world.
For the world funeral, essentially the televised version, and then there's the one for his family, his town, and his his friends.
All the important characters who had more than 2 lines.
Right. That's an open casket funeral.
Yes, it is.
His body is there.
Yes.
They see his face.
Yes.
They watch him get buried.
Yes. I'm assuming his body was not wearing glasses. Maybe it was. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I think it would matter because if they want people to not know that he's Superman, he better be wearing those fucking glasses.
Sure. Regardless, it's an open casket funeral, and as we know, he comes back to life. How do you explain that? Perry White's there. So Perry White knows he's Superman, or
Perry
what?
White's there, Jenny Olsen's there, Lois is there, Pete Ross is there. He already knew. The preacher from the pastor from the first movie is there because he was in the first movie.
Well, we already established that basically everybody in Smallville knows.
Yes.
So anyone from Smallville who's there already knew.
They know. Superman's death should have been a bigger deal. Like, this should have happened after the Justice League movie, so we can at least have the Justice League be at Superman's funeral. You know, the iconic shit that always happens when Superman dies.
Genuinely, they should have done it. In hindsight, obviously. Hindsight's 2020.
Say it. I know you're going to say it. Say it.
They should have done with Superman what they did with Iron Man.
Yep.
They should have built all the way up to his death, and then you kill him off, and then he's just dead.
And then you just have a panning shot of all the assholes who popped up in the fucking franchise, like they did in the Endgame. It was awesome.
Because you could have that world funeral and have it. Because if you're not planning on putting the character back, all right, everyone knows it's Clark Kent now. Like, he's dead. It doesn't matter. So the world still gets that funeral, and then you get the smaller funeral in Kansas with all the Justice League who knew him personally, and Perry White, and all these people who we've gotten to see.
You can do those things if you actually build a cinematic universe as opposed to trying to force it in one movie.
They have no respect for this character.
Damn shame. Goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne is deeply depressed and very dedicated to live in the example that his best pal Superman created.
His very best friend.
Or at least that's what he says. Once again, I don't know where these emotions are coming from. I think Bruce is just very lonely, so I don't know.
Yeah, he latched on to the first person who reminded him of
his mom?
Dick, I guess. Oh, I was going to say Dick.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Well,
he has Alfred. Yeah, he has Alfred, but whatever. he wants to form a league of some sorts, and Wonder Woman's like, I guess. So Batman wants to.
Wonder Woman essentially shrugs and goes, I don't feel like there's been enough setup for that.
Right. And she's right. She's absolutely right. That's essentially what she kind of does. She's not wrong.
She does. She's like, I think we should build towards that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, next movie.
Yeah. She's like, but what if these people don't want to meet us? And he's like, no, they're going to. Because some shit's coming.
I will make them.
Yeah, some shit's coming. I just got a feeling.
I had a dream about
it. Yeah, I had this weird dream, but I'm not going to get into it.
I mean, my diet is 100% painkillers and alcohol, so that might be causing some of my nightmares. But
yeah, exactly. Batman wants to show that he's changed, so he doesn't brand the bald Lex Luthor, and somehow he gets Lex sent to an Arkham Asylum. Now I forgot about this. I thought he was already in Arkham, but apparently he mentions
got him a transfer.
Yeah, he got him a transfer to Arkham. Because the audience knows what that is, but I'm like, how the fuck does Bruce Wayne make that happen? I guess he just did some under.
How does this universe's Batman make that happen?
Yeah.
How do they trust him?
Yeah, or did Bruce do some under the table deals to get that to happen? And then
did Matt just Malone make it happen?
And why would Batman want Lex in Arkham? It has the worst security.
A revolving door.
Yeah. But yeah, that didn't make any sense. And of course, we're supposed to be getting the Deathstroke action sequence in the Snyder Cut, him breaking Lex out. So,
okay.
Lex rambles on about ding, 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 ding. The bell's been rung. Whatever.
The bell's been rung.
So Lois drops some soil on Clark's coffin, and a few of specs start to float and cut the credits. This movie's over.
Everyone's disappointed.
But yeah, so when we saw it in theaters, I remember the crowd just kind of, like you said, just shuffled out. Like, it wasn't a big, oh man, I can't wait for the next one. It was kind of we just kind of left.
It didn't have that Marvel magic.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. And
it didn't get you hyped for the next movie, because even, again, like I said, and I obviously I'm being hyperbolic when I say that she, was kind of like, we need more setup for the Justice League. Yeah. But that kind of was the feeling at the end of that movie. Is that, we're going to crap out 2 more movies in the middle of this and Justice League, and no one's going to give a shit about either of them.
Was it Suicide Squad? Well, actually, no, they did, because it was Wonder Woman. Yeah, except for one. That was the one that people really
Wonder Woman was the one. Yeah. Sure. Wonder Woman came out and everyone was like, oh, Justice League's going to be great.
Yeah, they did kind of turn things around. It's like, shit, maybe they can fix it, but...
Yeah.
We know how that whole crazy timeline went down.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We are living in the worst timeline.
Yeah. So that was Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. And I just want to say...
Ever.
Yeah, and I just want to say, this is important for you people to watch movies and form your own opinions. Because if you believe the internet, they'll tell you this movie, this version is the greatest film. This is cinema. This is the best form of cinema that ever existed, and it does not still hold up for me. It makes the movie slightly better. This cut is better, but I still hate this goddamn movie.
But a polished turd is still a turd.
It is. That's the part. It's still a turd. I don't like it.
I know.
And I don't plan on watching this movie ever again. I've seen it twice now. I'm done. No, I can't. This movie was a struggle. No. It was a struggle to get through the first hour of a 3-hour movie. Legit struggle. I was like, God, what? How far am I through this movie? 40, 50 minutes? I'm not even an hour in this. It was rough. It was rough as shit, man.
I purposely chugged through it, just to get it out of the way, just to because I already knew how I felt about it when I saw it in theaters. I already knew the scenes that I didn't like, and I knew the scenes that I did like.
See, I was hoping.
Continue. You were hoping with age.
I was hoping this would be like Man of Steel. With age, I kind of realized, I don't hate this movie as much as I did. But it's no, I do hate this movie as much. But the thing is, I hate Snyder's depiction of these characters the most, because Patty Jenkinson's Wonder Woman, at least in the first movie, great.
But he wrote that movie.
He helped write it. Yeah, that's true. He did help write it.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck
His
is
Wonder
back.
Woman in this is great.
Yeah, for the most part, except for the whole, I ran away from humanity for 100 years bullshit, which rightfully they got rid of that.
Yeah. But even then, she's a delight in this film.
Yeah, she is.
Affleck is
7 minutes of screen time she has, but she kills it.
Right. For 7 minutes, she comes out as being maybe the best performance in the film.
Yeah, right after, right behind, or at least right after Affleck. Even though I don't like everything they made him do, he's definitely dedicated. I'll tell you that.
Right. I will say that's maybe the one thing about this movie that, for me, it's maybe aged worse. I don't know.
It's Affleck.
Not his performance, but definitely the way the character's written. Because I remember I didn't like it when we saw it, and then I'd thought about it, and I'd seen various video essays here and there, kind of either decrying it or raising it up,
right?
And about the way that they treat Batman in this film, the way they do Batman in this film, and look behind me.
Yeah, you're a Batman fan.
I'm a huge Batman fan. I've got basically every Batman graphic novel just behind my computer here. I love Batman.
Yeah.
I love Batman. I love the character of Batman. I think you could do a million different things with Batman. You could tell a million different stories with Batman.
You can.
He's a fictional character. You can write him however you want. I don't care about that. But I do care about character consistency.
Yeah.
So this movie establishes, all right, he's a killer. He's lost his way, and he needs to find his way.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they take him down a road that's so dark and so far gone that you can't redeem that character.
This movie tries.
Superman stands by and lets him kill 15 dudes in that car chase. And only stops him to be like, "Hey, knock it off." Yeah. So that already puts Superman.
That's a very good point when you pointed out. Oh yeah, you're right. He did just let that whole shit go down. It did
let it all go down, and then just said, "Hey, don't do that. Stop doing that now. Those are your last kills. Okay, you're not gonna get to do that anymore. Or I'm gonna push you. All right, I'm gonna push you a little bit. I'm gonna tell you about my mom, Martha. I'm gonna push you."
But you said what? Wait, what?
Martha, my mother. Oh, actually, sorry.
Why did you say that name?
If I'm gonna be accurate to the film, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna push you, and then I'm not gonna say anything to you, despite the fact that I can literally just grab you and talk to you to your face.
Yeah. That made no goddamn sense.
The characters are inconsistent in the movie, and I think that might be my biggest issue, is that they don't feel like Superman, they don't feel like Batman, because they don't learn anything, and Superman sacrifices himself only because the script said so.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel earned on screen.
Earned at all. And like I said, I don't care about the Superman because he sucks at his job.
Right. And I should say, I am a Superman fan too. I got a lot of Superman graphic novels. I don't have any Superman action figures.
I don't have a shirt, but I got the closest thing I could find. Goddamn.
You have Japanese.
I got Japanese Superman. He's more Superman than Superman in this fucking movie. So.
That's fair, yeah. I love Superman. I love Wonder Woman. I love all three of these characters. And Wonder Woman is the only one that feels like, at least even remotely like her comic book counterpart.
I would say her and Alfred.
Sure.
Yeah.
He feels like certain depictions of Alfred.
Yeah.
He feels like Earth 1 Alfred. Militaristic kind of guy.
A little bit.
I mean, Alfred has military training in the comics, I know.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I had hoped that, the older I got, and I might appreciate this movie a little bit more.
You would have gotten dumber and let the shit slide, but you're like, nope.
Maybe I would have gotten smarter and I would have gotten it.
I mean, smarter, my bad. Sorry, you would have gotten smarter and let the slit shot.
Right. But I didn't get smarter, so I guess I still just don't get it.
I don't get it. Yeah. That's the best I can say. I don't get it. So, any Snyder cultists see this and you talking crazy in the comics, I will tell you right now, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, get more power to you if you like it. I mean, I'm not attacking Snyder or his fans even.
Yeah.
Like whatever the hell you want. I just think it's bad.
Yeah.
And I don't write movies for a living, so who the hell am I to say?
I don't write movies for a living either, but I probably should start doing it because I got some good ass ideas.
Yeah, I think we'll write a movie.
Oh God. Yeah. So basically, we're just saying it is we still hate this movie.
Yeah,
so
nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed. It's gotten worse because I've rewatched it and overly analyzed it. Like, wait a second,
Right.
This don't add no goddamn sense.
Well, it's gotten worse because I've watched all of those video essays telling me why this is
Why
good.
it's
and
good,
this isn't
yeah,
good.
exactly.
And I'm like, all right, cool. And I still go in and watch it and I go, nope,
It's
still not good.
So
I've given the Snyder apologists more than the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I mean, it's not good.
Y'all got it. But so those are our thoughts on Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Let us know what you thought about the movie in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe it. Crispy Man, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and even Facebook. Now,
You got
find
a
me
page?
under quick. Sort of. I have a profile for
Oh, okay.
specifically. If you want to be my friend on Oculus, find me on Facebook. It's
Oh.
CWISPY_MANN.
Okay.
Anywhere that you can look someone up.
Gotcha. Alright, yeah, your boy BrogiNaric, like the video. Find me on all social media platforms. Twitch, Twitter,
And subscribe.
YouTube, Instagram, BrogiNaric, various variations, I guess. And yeah, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Snyder Cutdown, where we'll be talking about the Justice League. Oh yeah, baby.
I can't wait.
Cannot wait. It'll be my third time seeing this garbage. Ooh, boy.
Mine too. Last time I watched it was with you.
Damn. All right. So, that's all we got for now. Peace.
Bye.